So, done some research on the original colours of the 1977 GS750. Certainly here in Australia, possibly different colours were used in the US, etc. But here there was a sky blue colour and a red colour with both of those had stripes. My original bike that I bought way back then was the sky blue colour, which it turns out is paint code 03J and called Strato Blue or Stratos Blue according to the records. Now that paint code doesn't mean anything to the companies that I've found here in Australia to mix that up, so I'm going to have to try and work out what colour that's pretty close to that as far as I can tell. Now I have actually purchased over the internet the pinstriping that goes on the tank, which you can see here, but from what I can tell the colours are not quite right. So there's a blue and a gold stripe, which is correct, but that blue looks too dark to me. That should be a lighter colour than the tank, and I tend to think that the tank itself should be that blue and that stripe should be a lighter shade of blue. So that's the direction I'm going to go, and try and get that paint colour mixed up, that blue, and then try and think of ways to make that stripe a lighter blue later on once I've done the main colour. So as I say, the next step is to strip and prepare the tank and the tailpiece for painting. So I've stripped off all of the paint. It's in reasonable condition. Fixed up a few little dings, sandblasted a few little areas with some rust, and I'm just about to put on some etch primer, and then after that do some undercoat. Once that's done, we'll have a look at it and see if there's any more filling or straightening or etc. that needs to be done. So here's the results of etch primer and primer on the tank. Not too bad. There's a few little trouble spots, and then there's the tailpiece, which is fine. There is one trouble spot on this, which you may be able to just see down around sort of about here. There's a couple of low spots. Anyway, we'll see what we can do that before we put the top coat on. Hey there, Phil again. So, done a few sort of repairs on the tank to fill up some divots and low points, etc. So I think it's in pretty good shape now. We'll see when we get some colour on it, but and speaking of colour, I couldn't, nobody recognises the paint code, the 03J for Strato Blue, so I got some mixed up, and then a colour called Telecom Blue, and which ended up being too light, so I got them to darken it up a bit. And the one on the right I think is too dark. The one on the left I think is probably okay. So today we're going to attempt to put colour onto the tank and the tailpiece. Now the other issue is that I bought some of the pinstriping off eBay, and which is the gold and the blue stripe from that 77 model, and after it turned up I realised that the blue is actually too dark. I'm not sure whether that's a different colour scheme on the US model or something, but that blue should be lighter than the tank. So I have got some paint mixed up. So my plan is to tape all this up, spray over the blue pinstriping, and then put the pinstriping on after the base coat and then clear over the top. Whether that works or not, who knows, but we'll try it on the tailpiece first and let you know how it goes. So, still a bit cold here this morning, so just letting everything warm up in the sun. All the paint and thinners, the tailpiece, even my compressor, which was in the shed, which was cold, and the tank. I'll wait till it gets to a reasonable temp before I start spraying anything around. Okay, so here is the blue that's currently on the pinstriping, and that's the blue that I want to go to, which is a very light sky blue, which should be lighter than the tank. Anyway, let's see how we go with that. Okay, so that's sprayed with the light blue. We'll uncover the gold striping underneath. It's been masked off, and try and put the top coating on that basically holds it in position while you are putting it onto the tank. So far, so good. Okay, so we've got the pinstripes on. I'm very happy with the colour match. A little Suzuki sticker off the back of the tailpiece, and also the pinstriping on the tank. Now, there's supposed to be another pinstripe sort of running along the top there, but I decided that it would probably look better without it, and trying to get that straight would be very difficult, so I'm actually going to leave that off. So the next step is to put clear over the top. I think the stripes will be okay. Whether the Suzuki sticker that I got from Partzilla will be okay under clear, we'll soon find out, so cross our fingers. So the good news is that the stickers were okay, including the Suzuki, after putting a couple of heavy coats of clear on there. I've done a couple of coats of clear on the bottom of the tank, and rather than try and rush it this afternoon because it's getting a bit cold, I think I'll wait till tomorrow morning or tomorrow mid-morning, once it warms up a bit, to put the clear coat on the top of that. So yeah, all good so far. Okay, so a bit of a change of plan, because I realised I was spraying a two-part two-pack clear and couldn't really leave it overnight, so decided to do the main tank clear this afternoon. So I've just done 3 heavy coats, which should be enough, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm happy with that.